to walk. But he arrived there, and he saw those people crying, especially Martha and Maria, and they must be crying. So Jesus saw those people. I don't know how he knew, but I invited him. I said, well, I should have come early. But anyway, Jesus gave the first command: remove the stone. Remove the stone. That's what he told them. Go ahead and remove the stone. Now, the tomb those days, unlike our tombs nowadays. Those days they just make a cave and then put the body inside and then cover with the stone. That's it. And so Jesus said, remove it. He has to order the removal of stone. This happened in Taiwan. Here, you can see there. Where a few Taiwanese live. And they pass by, usually Taiwan pass between Taiwan and Philippines. And I always say, Lord, don't let the Taiwan go to Philippines because the houses in Philippines is not as strong, especially, some of those houses are just made with teaks and carpet and so on. But in Taiwan, those Taiwan sometimes very strong, so don't happen. This is a coastal highway. And the stone came down and blocked the road. So in order for it to pass, so somebody has to open the way so that we can get there. Alright? Now, ask yourself, is there anything in your life where you're walking the way so that God cannot reach you? You can ask. Anything that separates you in God. And so let us remove those. Because if we still have some sin, we are still thinking of something that is not right, God cannot perform any miracles for us. We want to, but then He just do not, because we are still harboring some sin. What are some of those obstacles that are blocking us? Well, people love money, love power, and those are the things which in our life that make us separated from God. So let us remove those ones. And some of you, I don't know about Philippines here. Are you fond of having overtime work? Yes? That's Asian, you see. In America, usually they don't. That's why in the famous, we call TSMC, the factory in Taiwan, which make those computer chips. Those workers, always they have to do overtime. But when they were told by President Trump to build a factory in Arizona, in US, and they were supposed to finish last November, they could not. So Taiwan wanted to send the worker over there and build it. But then the union in the US, no, you cannot come in. You are not part of us. So that's why building that factory alone took a long time. And if you are the manager in Taiwan, you don't want that kind of thing happen. But that's how it is. They don't want any overwork, and that's a problem. Asian is not. Asian, we like to do anything when the boss told us, okay, you're going to have overtime tonight, and you do it. And then another common obstacle between us and to go to, that God worked in our life is that this we call climbing up the corporate ladder. People want to climb up, become a boss or maybe one of those administrators. Oftentimes you have to step over somebody else. That's why it says you have to step over somebody else before you can go up, which is actually not a very good thing. You can climb up, but not by stepping on somebody else. And that's very selfish in that sense. So, when people criticize you not doing enough, not being enough, they are using you as a mirror for how they feel. So in other words, you see people, they criticize you, saying, oh, you are not good enough and so on. Oftentimes, they themselves are the one not having enough, not doing enough. So if you are being criticized, don't feel bad. Just be yourself, do what you can do, and also do what you are told to do. So don't criticize people and you will not be criticized, or you will be judged by the way you criticize or you judge others. That's what Jesus told us. Another problem is overeating. Anybody overeating here? Unfortunately, I don't have this tummy. This few days I've been counseling some of those patients who comes, and then I told them that eat slowly. I'm sure today I will see some of you, I will say the same thing. Eat slowly. If you eat very fast, chances are you are wasting the food. Because when you eat very fast, your body cannot absorb all of them, especially it's not being chewed well, so it cannot be digested. And so it turns into glycogen, which is fat. And so that's why people have a lot of those big tummy problem. Like this guy, you see. I think Pastor seen, I saw some picture of this lady. She was putting on a dress that is XXXXXL, 7X, that kind of dress. I don't know anyone who will have that kind of dress, but she was eating just too much. And nowadays, it is very common to see that one. When I was in US, every weekend, I passed by those parks. You'll see some of those black people, they're having barbecue and so on. And usually the parents are the one eating the leftover of the children. So there was one problem you can see. This kind of thing, very common. Very common. You know, when you eat too much, and you may cause some problem to your personality. If you eat too much, the stomach is not properly cared for, the formation of the upright moral character will be hindered. You see, what you eat will affect your personality, your character. The brain and the nerve are in sympathy with the stomach. Erroneous eating and drinking result in erroneous thinking and action. Why? Because there's a connection between your brain and your stomach. Remember that. And you know, in the working hospital, you know, there's a vagus nerve. It will connect these two things together. So that's why when I was counseling the people, I said, don't eat midnight snack. When you eat midnight snack, all the organs are resting, but then there's someone, Master, do we have to do that? But since you have eaten already, the stomach has to do the work of digesting that. At the same time, your brain cannot rest. The brain cannot. It has to stand by the stomach. And that's why it's important not to overeat. In fact, the Chinese medical journal, it was long ago, they said, eat only 80%. Don't eat too much, don't eat up to 100%, 80%, that's enough. Okay? So this is something we need to know. You know, there's a term, TIGO, you know what's that? You don't know what to Then there was early day when computer became very popular. Garbage in, garbage out. That's the meaning. So you use something that is garbage, unfortunately, what comes out also is garbage yourself. All obstacles have to be removed before Jesus can perform the miracle for you. So we have one miracle, but if you have something blocking you and become an obstacle, Jesus cannot perform that for you. Another obstacle is those kind of so-called entertainment, especially songs, video, and so on. These are the ones nowadays very popular. And this one actually is very bad for our brain. When you hear such kind of music and you watch such kind of video, you end up a lot of problem. In US, this one is very common. Maybe not in Philippines here, right? You know this one, LGBTQ. Unfortunately, Taiwan now they also accept same-sex marriage. And then the president was, we're the first nation in Asia who accept this one. This one, I would say, is just really stupid. Thinking like that. But that's how it is. Okay? When Jesus said, remove the stone, can he do it himself? Can he? Of course, Jesus can do it himself. But he wanted us to be involved. He wanted us to be part of it. So sometimes when Jesus asks you to do something, you can do it. Or especially the children in the house. If the mother tells the small boy, okay, go ahead, correct all those lines in the all those cloth that is in the line, because it's about to rain. But the small kid they say, why do you ask up there? Why do you ask Kuya? Sometimes we face that kind of opposition from the children. And of those people in that time, Martha was saying, Master, Lord, by this time, just already thinking. Because 4 days already, the body must be starting to decompose. But Jesus did not think what he said. He's still wanted his command to work out. So, remember, if you are asked to do something, especially in a big institution, if your boss, your supervisor asks you to do something, don't argue. Just do it. Just do it. Maybe for your good. Okay? So when the parent asks the kid to do it, don't argue. That should be something we need to know and learn. Okay? That's the same here. Sometimes I want to ask God why He allows poverty for me and injustice in this world, when He could do something about it. Don't you have a question something like this? We see so many people that are poor. God, can you not do something? But I'm afraid He will ask me the same question. Can you do something? People sometimes they said, if I have money, I'll have this, I'll have that, I'll do this and do that. But when they really have the money, they forget what they have promised. That is human being. So ask Jesus to remove all those obstacles to you, of you. So do you have anything that blocking you so that Jesus cannot come to you? Sometimes it's an unhealthy habit. Some of them are the hidden kind of sin. Only you yourself know. And those are the things you need to remove. If you're angry, or you're angry, or you have anger against somebody, resentment, like that. Pastor told me last night we did something. You know, if any positive or negative thought in your mind, it affects your energy. Should I demonstrate, Pastor? I'll demonstrate, let them see. We need a volunteer. Someone volunteer to come on? Oh, okay. Oh, this big guy. You tell me which hand is stronger, right hand or left hand? Okay, can face them. Okay. Now you put your hand straight, then turn a 90 degree. Okay. I'm going to press it down. You resist me. Don't let me press you down, okay? You resist. You're not resisting. Yeah, like that. That's good. Okay. You know, you can see obviously he's bigger and younger. That makes the difference. All right. Now again, I want to say, I'm angry. You say,
I'm angry.
okay. You say, I am jealous.
I am jealous.
How can you use more force? Okay, now you turn around and say, I am thankful.
I am thankful.
I'm happy.
I am happy.
Do you see any difference?
Yes.
Thank you. So if you tell yourself you are happy, then you'll be strong. If you say, I'm so sad, I did not get the promotion, I'm sorry, you lost your energy. That's how our body acts. What you say now, it affects your entire body. So be sure to be happy. Be sure to be thankful. You can say, Lord, I did not get the promotion. It's all right. Maybe this is not my time yet. So tell yourself, and then you'll be different. All those angry words, this one should not be in our character or should not be in our dictionary. We should avoid having that kind of things to happen to us. So, especially somebody say something bad about you, well, you can be angry, but then just for that moment, next moment you should turn around and say, thank you, God. Somebody criticized me. Somebody say something bad about me. I need to examine myself. Am I really that bad? So you turn around and then examine yourself. That's much better. So ask Jesus to help you. And then Jesus also said something. When the stone is removed, then Jesus started to pray, God, I thank you because you always listen to me. Maybe we should also learn the same way that Jesus prayed. Jesus, thank you. You always listen to me, and now I'm asking something, and then thank you for giving me that thing. Okay? Now, after that, he called in a loud voice. He said, Lazarus, come out. He did not say, come out. If he just said, come out, maybe the other dead body also will resurrected. But he specified, Lazarus, you come out. That is something that is specified. Now, our ear is the last to go to sleep. You notice that? When you go to sleep, the last one to go to sleep is your ear. And the first one to wake up is also your ear. Then you hear the rooster start crowing, and then you begin to wake up. So our ear is the very, very different organ. And then maybe Lazarus there lying down suddenly heard the voice, and he said, Lazarus, come out. And then maybe he was wondering, is my master calling me? Is my rabbi calling me? But having dead for 4 days, suddenly this is a miracle of so-called in the medical science. Suddenly his heart should beat again. You know, after 4 days, usually it will not happen that way. Those blood pressure, those RBC is already disintegrated. There's no more serum. So many things missing now. But after Jesus said like that, all those things come back together. And the heart start having showing on the EKG, start to flow. And also the nerve also come to join together. You know, when the person died, all these things no more. And now it become life again. This is a miracle that we have not seen it. Never have I seen how a dead person become resurrected in the sense until someday when Jesus really returns, then we can see it. Now, all those start working, the blood starts to flowing and then moving around. All those body fluid also start coming out. And then the nerve also reconnected. And his feet, after 4 days being tired, that I'm sure, you know, when you're sitting for a long time, suddenly get up, you feel like thousands of meters breaking your feet. I think Lazarus also feels something like that. But anyway, I'm sure he's glad about it. Talk about response. I remember there's the illustration Jesus said, the father has 2 sons. He asked the son, okay, son, can you go to the vineyard and work for me? And then the elder brother said, no. So the father turned to the younger boy and asked the son, can you work for me? He said, yes. but he never went. So when we are given an assignment, how do we respond? Do we respond happily or just say so but never do it? And let me say to you, there was a pastor. He has a cousin in London. He has some houses which he rented to people. One day this cousin told Pastor, can you come to my place and pray for one of my tenants? The pastor, why? She's having a problem. He said, if I go there, I drive 1 hour, not sure about the traffic, and then come back and talking with the lady, I will probably spend at least 3 hours. And he doesn't want to do it. No. The second time when the cousin asked him, I can say no. Even the third time, we still say no, I'm not going to pray for your tenant. 2 days later, he saw in the newspaper that one of those singers died. And this was this thing, I don't know much about the people. This lady called Amy Winehouse, she died. So, that was the one my cousin asked me to pray for her. And we really feel regret. I should have said yes and go to pray for her. Sometimes it's like that. When we're giving an assignment or we have a call for us to do something, if we do not do it, we may regret. So the pastor said, okay, from now on, I must do whenever I'm asked to do something. He has a neighbor. The neighbor is an atheist. Neighbor always call this pastor, you're the neighbor to come from heaven. There's always joking like that. One day, this lady had a stroke. And then it was too much so that they sent her to a bigger hospital in the metropolitan London. And then the doctor said, sorry, no more chance. And they are about to pull off all those tubes on a Friday. And then they asked, the husband asked him, he said, okay, I'll go. So that Friday, when they're about to pull out the tube, he went with his wife to this sick lady. And on the sick bed, he saw this lady with all the tube, all this one, NG tube and so on. Then he hold her hand and then start praying. Hey, good neighbor, I'm your neighbor, the king from heaven. So he start praying for this girl, this woman. And he said, I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer and pray for you. So he holds this lady's hand, and then his wife also holds the other hand, and then he holds his wife's hand, then 3 of them join together. Then he starts praying, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy way, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom comes. When he see up to that point, suddenly the lady, she started blinking her eyes open. And this pastor was so scared. I thought she was going to die today. And then suddenly her eyes opened. When he went home and told the husband does not believe, it's impossible. How can she's about to die and we had to pull the tube? How can she be awake? I said, yes, she is. I remember it happened to me also. One of our church members, she has a serious car accident. In the car accident caused her even cut off one leg, amputated. And she was in a coma in the ICU. And every day, only some of her sisters and the church members are sisters, and then they went to visit her. Only in the ICU, we only allow 2 visitors every time when you go, even 2. So the pastor and I will just pray for her outside through the camera like that. And I remember that day, there was the second time I prayed for her. And that time when I prayed for her, I don't remember which word I said. Suddenly those girls in the ICU said, you're awake, Salway. They were so happy. So I had to stop by prayer. So when we pray, sometimes God does listen to us. God will make us miracle happen like that one also. I don't have much time. Okay. Let me give you one more example here. My daughter studied in the AUP. One day she went to the corner store. What she did was just to change some money. But when she went inside there, she saw there's a working student there on the counter. And then there's a voice telling her, tell the girl she have danger. She's in danger. She said, I don't know this girl. Why would I do that? So just tries to ignore the sound. Tell me, if you hear the voice telling you to tell the person that she is in danger, she has danger coming up, what do? You tell her or not to tell her? And you don't know this person. It's a stranger. How will you tell? So my daughter, I'm not going to say anything because they think you are crazy. So she did not. After she changed the money, in fact, that lady took a long time to change the money. She should have enough time to tell the lady, but she did not. Next day, Friday she changed money. Sunday, the girl went out a picnic with some other friends, and she was drowned. She was drowned. So my daughter said, oh, I wish I told her something. But no, it's very difficult. You don't know the person. He's a total stranger to you. How will you tell the person that there's a danger waiting for her? Well, sometimes God tells us something, we have to do it. Okay? Like this young ruler who was so rich, Jesus asked him, you sell all your things and follow me. But he refused. So he missed the eternal life in that sense because he just refused. Sometimes it's like this. When we learn to say, I will go. Whenever we receive any call telling to do something, remember, if there's a vacant or there's some kind of assignment for us to do, and we can do it, that is a call for you. Of course, if you cannot do it, then it's not calling for me. So just remember that. So you always say, yes, Jesus, I will go. And I think, I don't know whether any one of you heard that last year, our mission, my mission trip is going to Pakistan, a Muslim country. And our flight was supposed to be 11:35. But 10:20, in the airport, in the waiting room, they said, okay, let's go to start boarding now. So our flight is 11:35. Our original boarding time is 10:50. But they asked us to go to board. So I said, okay, that's good. And so let's go up on the plane and then wait. Then before 11, we took off. I don't know why. I said, oh, it's good to go early, go home early. Then when we arrived in Bangkok, because we had to go from Karachi to go to Bangkok, and then some will come back to Philippines, and I'll go to Taiwan. Then when we arrived in Bangkok, we were told that there was a bomb explosion right at the airport where we were at 11 o'clock. So if we did not leave early, then we may be affected. So I said, praise the Lord, it is like a kind of miracle happened. That's why my title is Miracles Still Happen. So if ever God gives you some kind of command, ask you to do something, say yes, I will go. And who knows, you may witness some kind of miracles like that too. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we can have a word of prayer. Oh. Okay, thank you.
For our closing song, we will sing Standing on the Promises. Hymn number 353, 353. 353. Standing on the promises of God's my King, through eternal ages let His praises ring. Glory in the highest, I will shout and sing. Standing on the promises